Okay, so let's talk about how psychology is hurting people and pushing people into the abuse of BDSM. Especially after it's been before 50 Shades of Grey, this was already happening, but it especially blew up after 50 Shades of Grey. These people were coming out. More and more psychologists and therapists were and counselors were promoting BDSM. If you go to psychology today, you can find people that have kink friendly on their profile, which is absolutely freaking heinous. We will go down the list of all of these gaslighting and grooming terminologies like kink friendly. There's no such thing as kink friendly. That is abuse enabling. But the BDSM community has gotten into these fields, and there's a lot of therapists and psychologists who practice BDSM themselves. So they are projecting themselves onto their clients. I personally have had that I've known be pushed back into trafficking and BDSM because their therapist pushed them into saying that they were sex shaming themselves by trying to get out of it. I personally had a terrible experience with a therapist when I was talking about my BDSM abuse because I had also been on the receiving end of things. And he just folded his arms and said, I fully support BDSM. Now, I have had four shit experiences in therapy, and the predominant ones that have caused the most damage were all white, cis men. Okay. So, um, so that's problematic in itself. But yeah, so psychology therapy is harming people and promoting this abuse right now, and they think it's cute and they think it's trendy and they think they're helping people. Some of them are unconscious and they don't understand. I have actually had conversations with therapists that actually, after I educated them from my 13 years of being in BDSM, I was there as a pro dom, lifestyle dom, and experienced other things as well. In my 13 years of being in BDSM, I shared the reality of what it is, and they started crying because they were like, I had no idea this is what I was pushing my clients into. So there are therapists who really don't understand. Feel free to share my video with therapists. Okay, they can watch the video where I talk about why I just show up and make the video because the message is more important than the quality. And if they want to enhance my quality, they can donate to me. I'm totally fine with that. But also, as a DID system who deals with all sorts of disabilities, OCD, I also deal with agoraphobia and all sorts of stuff. So I don't have the energy all the time to get made up, to get the lighting perfect and everything. If they want to commit to supporting my studio growth and creating a studio for myself and setting everything up, again, they can donate. They can send donations. They can donate on Ko-fi. My PayPal's there. I'm pretty sure my Zelle is there and everything. They can fund that if they want these videos to look pristine. I don't have the funds for that right now. I'm just trying to catch up with my bills, but I'm trying to get this message out there. So share these to the therapists who actually have a listening. And well, I mean, as therapists, I think they would understand that whole concept anyway, but not everyone's there, even as professionals. So but share this video with them, and I'm more than happy to have conversations with them. I'm more than happy to answer any questions, to educate them and support them. Those of them that are just like aren't aware, especially those who haven't been in the world themselves, even those who have been in the world and who are ready to leave it. I'm not interested in getting into a debate with those who are like, I'm going to change your mind. You're not. I've been both in BDSM 13 plus years and I've been out of BDSM longer than than like first of all, I'm actually out of it. So the people who are in BDSM, they only have a very small mindset because perspective on it because they're still in it. I have been in it and I'm out of it. So I have an experience that they don't have. Okay, so it's just not the same. Come talk to me, ask conversations if you're a therapist. Feel free to reach out to me. Share this with the professionals who actually give a shit and who really want to learn what BDSM is. Because something to really remember, just because there are therapists who do promote BDSM, take a little gander in the history of psychology. Psychology has rarely been on the right side of history. They're trying. It's been a pushback. You can see there's a lot of good therapists and counselors who are doing that, and they're having to fight. They're also having to fight the bullshit. Um, And it's a fight. It's an internal fight. But just understand that psychology has most often not been on the right side of history, even though they're really trying now. But BDSM has injected itself into the sex positivity conversation. Sexual positivity is vital. Okay, we don't have a society that's fucking sex positive, and living in a patriarchal, classist, sexist, white supremacist world, it's very rare that we're actually having really healthy sexual conversations, and I think it's important. Porn is not a healthy sexual conversation. Listen, if you watch porn, I'm not here to degrade you or anything like that, but do start to, I think the best way to move away from it, start to minimize it. Get some therapy, find a way to, I don't know, I don't know, find your way through it with support. I'm not here to say you're X, Y, and Z, because we are a world that has been groomed by trafficking, and porn is trafficking. We've been groomed by it, so it's not like, um, I don't blame you because you grew up with it, and it's not something that's easy to move away from. And it's unfortunately our main sexual expression. It's the main introduction to a lot of people for sexuality. That's why I think healthy sexuality conversations are important. Sex positivity is important. BDSM is not sex positive. Okay, we do not need to punish ourselves for being sexual. BDSM is sexual punishment. It absolutely is. And I'll be talking more on that. But psychology needs to wake up. I'm not holding my breath because there's just so much going on in psychology that's just patriarchal, white supremacy, classist, etc. Ableist, which is so freaking outlandish, but there's a lot of ableism in psychology too. So, but those who are therapists and counselors, and if you're seeing this kink friendly thing, please don't engage in that. Don't be a part of it. If you are kink friendly and you don't understand, you think you're being sex positive, you're not. You're harming people, and you can push people back to their abusers because BDSM is abuse. It doesn't matter how elated they are. You got to understand, people are groomed into this stuff. BDSM is a cult. Okay, for all intents and purposes, BDSM is a cult. So there is certain grooming, there's gaslighting. You can see elation, you can see dilated pupils, you can see all sorts of responses that could make you think this person's super freaking happy. But there is a high that comes with BDSM. It is, there's still a chemical high because it's within the body. It's using the body's own chemicals for a high, and there is grooming that's attached to this, and it's a body disconnect. It's not about body connection. It's about numbing the body to the point of disconnect. It can actually create hypersensitivity as well. It can go the opposite direction and hyper bring the body into hyper awareness. It's not about healing, it's not about safety. It does not help the body heal. That's another misinformation. That's just more misinformation that the BDSM community uh, promotes. But it is very much a cult mindset. If you're not into BDSM, they ostracize people from the people that they're connected with who are not into BDSM. They create like, there's vernacular to BDSM that is all gaslighting and grooming, and they try to use it on people who are not in BDSM. So follow my channel because I'm going to continue to make these videos. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Share this to people who want to hear this. Please do not share my videos to people and tell them get out of BDSM. Honestly, what you could do is push them deeper. Have conversations with people first. If they seem curious or they want to learn more, then you can share my videos with them. But please do not weaponize my videos as a fuck you BDSMer. That's not helpful. And then you become the abuser as well. And what do people do? They go to the abuser they've more comfortable with, that they've known the longest. You will lose that person most likely. And you're allowed to have boundaries. If it gets to a point where you just can't process it, you can have the conversation with the person. I don't know what that looks like for you. Maybe not talking about certain things. If it gets to a certain level, you can, there are some people who have even been like, I can't have you in my life. I can't. This is too destructive. If you ever do leave, I'm here for you, etc. You can do that. I mean, only you know what's best for you because you're allowed to have boundaries in this as well. So don't let anybody make you feel like you can't. But again, do not weaponize my videos, please, because this is only for people who are ready. You can do a lot of damage to a person who's in BDSM who's not ready for this. And that's from learned experience as well. So heed my warning. And thank you for being here and watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.